Alrighty, folks, we gotta punch through this because it's the third take on this freaking beer. New camera, new software. So far, I like the camera. We shall see. But it's been a pain in my ass. Why people can't just make things simple, I do not understand. Anyway, we are taking a look at Tombstone Brewing, local to me. This is their Rye IPA. It's a New England hazy IPA. We're looking at 7.1 for the ABV. I am rushing through this because I don't want my dough to overproof, because that bowl behind me is bread for tomorrow's dinner table because it is Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, my friends. You know, I love you. We all need to give thanks because we are the ones who keep waking up, and we are also the ones who are going to put the sweat equity in to change the world and make it a better place. That is our mission. Anyway, let's go to their webpage. So, Tombstone IPA Hazy New England Style IPA is 7.1 for the ABV, 45 for the IBUs. This aggressively hop-bursted and dry-hopped India Pale Ale is made with the finest floor-malted Maris Otter. It's hopped with Amarillo, or Amarillo, Citra, and Simcoe hops, intensely tropical, citrusy, and peachy, with a creamy mouthfeel. Our best-selling beer and Arizona favorite. Well, you know what? We shall be the judge of that, shall we not? Alrighty, let's stick the probe in there and see what that tells us. I really do need to either buy a new thermometer or get the old one, the correct battery, which they don't tell me what the battery is. But it's not an SR2032, so go figure. Again, if you're in that tech sector thing and you're making all this cool stuff, pick the most popular shit. Throwing it out there. 43, 42, 41. We are way cold on this beer. We want 44 to 48 according to the those in the know. What the hell did the guy call it? He called it a chicharron. Chicharron is the sommelier of beer drinking. Good for them. Congratulations. I'm just a guy that sits in my kitchen and drinks beer while I make bread. Because I'm a Renaissance kind of fucker. Alright, let's get all Uncle Creepy on this and see what's going on. It's cold, so the nose is denuded. Knocked back. Denuded. Not as forward and as aggressive as I would like it to be. You can always hit up the thesaurus online and it will give you different synonyms for denuded. Back in the days of medicine, denuded had a completely different meaning. In this case, what I mean by denuded is it's been cocked, if you will, because it's too cold. Oh, I'm getting the citrus. I'm not getting a whole lot of pine in here, which is a saving grace. I'm not picking up the peach. But you know what? On the last one I did this on, we had a completely different profile, but it was also considerably warmer. So, I'm going to take a sip and we're going to pause and we'll come back. Salud! Wow, she's really, really cold. She comes in, she hits the tongue. Entire top of the palate, intradental zones, nothing extra, nothing sublingual. Right to the back, fast, fast, fast. Not overly bittered, which at 45, she's really well balanced, nicely made. Dirty, 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 dirty girl. This is like the what's the meme? If she's 35 and she has pigtails, she does that thing you like. Not bad. Kind of nice. Very fruity. If I had to SRM this, she's a really, really beautiful lemon edging towards orange. My grandmother, who was an absolute amazing person who I did not spend nearly enough time with because I was an asshole. Spend time with your family. They're important people, especially spend time with your grandparents. They're very important people. This is just a shade darker than her meringue, and her meringue was lemon meringue because I'm a pie guy. So people have always said, well, we'll get you a cake for your birthday. And I'm like, it's okay. Because my family knows on my birthday, I like pie. All kinds of pie. But specifically, my grandmother's lemon meringue, if I get it, because she made a crust that you hit it with the fork and dust would come up. It's absolutely amazing. Amazing. Otherwise, coconut cream, French silk, German chocolate, just pie in general. Pie is amazing. It's that, so I'm going to put the SRM on this. By my eye, best guess, Lovibond at 12. 12. So, 12, 24. Yeah, 8 times into black. Maybe 9 times into black. So would that be 11 and a half? Let's say 12. She's nice. She's smooth. It's also cold. We're going to pause. We will come back. If I can remember to do this correctly. Otherwise, we're shit-canning all of these videos. And once she warms up a little bit, I will give you a better representation of what we're looking at. All right? Blink of an eye. Alrighty, we're back, and hopefully I didn't screw this up. So, punch the dough back down, put it back in the bowl for another rise. My problem is I can't get the bread I want, so I want like a classic Italian. I want crusty, light and airy on the inside. I live in the West, and in the West, we wind up with really shitty, heavy, dense bread. That's not what I want, but I will figure it the fuck out. Anyway, let's get back to the beer, which is, of course, bread in a bottle. Well, let's see what's going on here. Salud. That's a little better. Flavor profile has shifted just a tad. Let's see what the temp is. Really do need to get my other thermometer back. Looking at 48.5. So right at the top of the approved, accepted temperature range, which is of course a load of happy horse shit decided by people who just decided it. Sort of like the metric system. Me scusi. The flavor profile has shifted a little more. It's gotten a little more toward the grapefruit range. I know they didn't say grapefruit, and I will tell you that the initial flavor profile was more towards like a sour Tangelo. Or I believe Tangelo is a hybrid between grapefruit and mandarin. They're delicious. Love Tangelos. One of my favorite fruits. But now we're edging back more towards grapefruit. And I'm not a huge grapefruit guy. It's not overpowering. It would be about that much more towards grapefruit. Now, I didn't get peach at all in this, which is kind of surprising. It's okay. It's not a bad beer. This reminds me of, I don't think they make them anymore, which is kind of a pity because they were some of my favorites. Even if I didn't like the beer itself, I really liked the experimental angle they had on it, which was Firestone Walker did Luponic Distortion. And Luponic Distortion was a really, really interesting series of experimentals. They were small batches, they sent them out. I don't even know if they still make them because I haven't seen them in like years now. But they had one 10, 11, 12. You can scroll back, it'll be in there. They had one that was like 10, 11, or 12 number. 10, 11, 12. And their flavor profile was blah, 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 peach ring. There you go. That's what this reminds me of. And I'm pretty sure at the time I gave it a scathingly bad review because I was a big giant asshat back then. Is what it is. That's kind of what this reminds me of. Now, I'm a nicer person now, and I'm much nicer. I grade a whole lot easier. I mean, you still don't hit 5 unless you're an outstanding beer, but I think I probably gave it a 3 back in the day, and it's not a 3 beer. It's not a horrible beer. This beer, on the other hand, is it good for the style? Hazy New England, juicy, fruity. Well, they didn't say juicy or, well, they did say fruity. So, yeah, she's good for the style. Is she super interesting? Not particularly. Flavor profile? Okay, I mean, it's got one at least. Is there a lot of complexity in there? Not really. Would I buy this beer again? No. Would I drink this beer again? Not by choice. Would I like to try it on tap? Who's the original tap whore? If you handed this to me out of the cooler, what would I say? Well, if I'm looking over your shoulder and you have better selections in your cooler, I might ask you to exchange this for a better beer. Now, if you don't, or if I cannot, and this is what you hand me saying, dude, you really need to try this. And everyone who knows me at this point for any amount of time knows you don't go, dude, you really need to try this. Instead, what they say is, dude, have you tried this one yet? So, if you handed this to me at the cooler, I would say thank you very much. And when you turned your back, I would put this back in the cooler and grab a beer I actually liked, because I don't particularly like this beer. 4 1/4. Is it okay for the style? Yes. Is it somewhat interesting? Kind of. That being said, it is what it is. I actually had really, really high hopes for this because I saw a rye on the label. And there was an outstanding, well, actually there was like 3 outstanding rye beers from Boulevard. I guess they were going through an experimental phase. I think one was double wide. So good. There's Rye on Rye, which I think they still produce. I'll have to look. I thought I saw it recently. And there was a third one, and I can't remember the name. They were absolutely outstanding rye beers. Not rye IPAs, not rye blondes, not... Here's a beer, and we added rye to it. These were beers that were made from rye. They were off the fucking hook good. I will grab what I can find so we can do it here to follow up on this. This is okay. Nothing super interesting. Those are really, really good. Probably scroll back, but I warn you, those are my cringier days. So if you go back that far and you watch these and you're like, dude, what the fuck happened? Well, you know, it's like 2 years into the project. What the fuck did I know? That being said, if you've made it this far, because you're my people and you know I love you, I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. And you know what I want you to be? I want you to be the big three. That one's for Christo, by the way. Christo knows what this means. Healthy, happy, safe, honorable, dutiful, vigilant, head on a swivel, gray man, hot and handy. Hot and handy is not becoming much of an option these days. Hot and handy is becoming more of a mandatory. It's just getting fucking wackadoodle bad shit out there. That being said, you know you're my people and I love you. So, all the new guys that joined up, we had a bunch of new subs over all the platforms. I don't know. The universe is smiling on me, and so I will say thank you to the universe. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the family. This is a really, really nice group of guys. At some point, we're probably going to get big enough to open some kind of Discord where you guys can piss each other off and dick waggle or whatever people do on Discord. I don't fucking know. I'm old. I don't care. I'm just glad you're here. And I'm happy I can help you. Kinda help you. Find the correct stuff to drink that isn't advertised on the side of a race car from the people who want to kill you or at the very least depopulate you. Because they're evil. So, vaya con Dios, my friends. Go with God. Adios.